Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about The Stuff. So this was a first time watch for me, but this movie has been on my radar for years. I've known about this movie for quite a long time. I've wanted to, watch it for quite a long time, but for some reason or another I just never got around to watching it. And just like impulsively, last night I was, looking for something to watch, looking for something to review, and I was like, what the heck? I've had the stuff in my list on Tubi for a while, so I was like, oh, it's pretty short, hour 26 minutes. It's right up my alley. It's like a little like body horror 80s movie, so let me check it out. And let me tell you what, I'm glad I checked it out because I thought this movie was really good. I was just engaged throughout. I really enjoyed it. I like the whole conspiracy angle. It was just, I don't know, I feel like it was a entertaining story. And there was kind of like not as much going on as I anticipated. Like I thought like the body horror stuff was gonna be way crazier, but I didn't mind that because I don't know, like there wasn't all this crazy like grandiose stuff happening with like the body horror. You're not like seeing stuff, but I don't know, the story was really engaging. It was just like really suspenseful, this whole conspiracy thing, and you can't trust anyone. And there was like this like I don't know, like this crazy like overarching fear, like what happens if everyone consumes this stuff? What happens if everyone becomes brainwashed? I'm the only one who knows. Like it was that type of vibe, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, this movie was very solid. Glad I checked it out. But before I get too far, I'm gonna jump into a little plot summary here. So there's pretty much. Hey, let me start from the beginning. Okay, so you got these. Well, pretty much this one gentleman, and he's at some sort of plant or something like that. I believe he's doing some work, and it's snowing. He comes across this like white goo coming from the ground, and for some reason or another he just like decides to lick it, and it's a tasty delicious treat just coming out from the earth. So of course he's like, I gotta sell this, I gotta make bank. And then what, like as the events of the movie are taking place, like that was kind of like just like the setup scene. That was like the introductory scene. As the events of the movie are taking place, this substance has been FDA approved and packaged and marketed, and it's just flying off the shelves. It's like it's a cultural phenomenon. There's commercials. They got this catchy jingle. It's like enough is enough with something stuff. But yeah, I don't know how I like butchered the easiest jingle imaginable. But anyways, it's a cultural phenomenon. People, I mean, people eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, come on. It's a low calorie ice cream treat, but it's not ice cream. But I mean, it gives you energy. Come on. So you gotta get a little bit of the stuff in your life. Any well balanced meal, you gotta have the stuff: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, dessert. I mean, you don't need other food. It's like the Soylent diet. It's like a liquid diet. Like go on the stuff diet, you'll be ripped. You'll have 8-pack abs. You'll have like 24-inch biceps. But anyways, yeah, people are just eating this stuff like crazy. They love it. They can't get enough of the stuff. So this one kid, Jason, he like early on in the movie, he sees this stuff move in his refrigerator, and he's like, oh heck no, like get that the heck out of my face. I'm not rocking with it. I'm not messing with it. Like, hey, if this random stuff that I don't even know what it is just moving around in my refrigerator, like some sort of alien creature, I'll probably pass on that. I'll have some other sweet treat. I'll just have straight up regular ice cream. I'll have a nice choco taco, because they still existed back then, or maybe they didn't even exist back then, but I don't think they exist anymore. R.I.P. Choco Tacos. It's a delicious treat. Maybe I'll have like a Snickers ice cream bar. Those rule. But anyways, Jason, he's not having any part in the stuff, and his family and everyone, they think he's crazy. No one believes him. He's like, it's moving, I won't eat it. And they're like, dude, just eat this. Like, we all eat it. Like, join the club. You're crazy. Like, you're a freak. You're an outcast. Just eat it, man. Everyone's doing it. Come on. They're like peer pressuring him. And then so we follow that character Jason a lot throughout the movie, and his trials and tribulations. No, I'm just kidding, but kind of. But yeah, he's struggling. He's trying to stay afloat, trying to not not eat the stuff, trying to not explode or whatever. But not that they really explode, but we'll get into that maybe. I don't know. But anyways, there's this other gentleman. His name's Mo, and he's like an ex-FBI agent, and now he's just like industrial saboteur. Like he's just trying to break up like shady business practices and get to the bottom of like shady corporations and kind of shut them down. So he's on a mission to shut down shut down operation of the stuff, or not operation, to shut down production of the stuff. But also, like, before he shuts down production, he wants to know the inside scoop, because there's like this huge cover up where no one knows how this got approved. No one knows the ingredients. It's a big secret. It's like the Big Mac sauce. Maybe the Big Mac sauce, maybe it's not just really tasty Thousand Island dressing that has some extra stuff in it. Maybe the Big Mac sauce is actually an alien organism, and we're all gonna like spontaneously combust. But I haven't had a Big Mac in like years, because I'm kind of mad. Like, that fast food's so expensive nowadays. Like, I used to rock with the dollar menu. I was getting dollar McChickens. I was living it up. Nowadays, how much does a Big Mac cost? Like, probably $50. Like, even though they got the double Big Mac now, I don't care. You could come out with a quadruple Big Mac. I probably still wouldn't even rock with that. I'd rather I'll make a burger at the crib if it's gonna be that much, man. But anyways, I don't even know where the heck I was. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, they don't know the nobody knows the ingredients. So this gentleman Mo, he's trying to get the secret formula. He's like he's like Plankton. He's like, I'm trying to steal that secret formula. He's trying to steal it from Mr. Krabs. Just playing. But anyways, shouts out SpongeBob, quality program. But anyways, yeah, basically Mo, he's trying to find the ingredients behind the stuff. He wants to know more about how this got approved, and then he eventually wants to shut it down. He gets together with this woman who is responsible for marketing it. She like popularized it, and she sees that it's moving, and she's like, man, I'm not with this anymore, and she kind of joins his team and tries to take down the stuff. So yeah, basically Mo links up with Jason later on, because at one point Jason like knocks down all the stuff display at this grocery store, and it's on the news, and it's this big thing because he's trying to like save people. And then Mo sees that on TV, and he realizes like this kid might know something. So they link up, and Mo basically saves Jason from his parents who are like brainwashed from the stuff, because the stuff like brainwashes you. Like the more you eat of it, like you just become completely brainwashed, and it's like creepy. Like they're like, these people are like robots. But anyways, Mo and Jason link up, and then Mo's romantic interest, the woman who's like the head of marketing, those three link up, and they just try to take down the Stuff Corporation and like halt production. So that is the basic plot summary. I feel like that was kind of long-winded, and I just started talking about SpongeBob and Big Macs, but I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta talk about Plankton and Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob when you're talking about like a body horror movie from 1985. That's just how it goes. I think abstract. I'm like an abstract artist with these videos. That's really what I am with these videos, like straight up. Like I just throw paint on the wall. I see what sticks. That's how I do it. But anyways, yeah, this is my style, you know? I don't know. But anyways, I'm like YouTube game Harmony Korine with it, straight up. You already know. But anyways, I don't know why I keep flicking my nose. It looks like, like my man might be doing something crazy, but I don't do that. I'm a stand-up citizen. Not that you're not a stand-up citizen if you do that, but I'm just like, the only thing I do is drink, so, you know. But anyways, first point, that's not the plot summary. There was a couple movies that I thought of when I thought of this movie. The first one was They Live, and the other one was Society. I don't know if people are as familiar with that. That's like Brian Yuzna or Yuzna. He did, you know, he was involved in like all the Reanimators. I've only seen the first Reanimator, but he did like those like dentist movies. I haven't seen those. He did this, I think he did that From Beyond. That I've seen that. That's pretty good. But Society, it's a good movie. But anyways, I thought of those two movies because in those movies the main character, they thought something was up, and you know, they like in They Live, Roddy Piper's character, he sees that there's all these like aliens, and they're like all like the higher up people in society, and they're plotting all this evil stuff. In the movie Society, the main kid, he thinks his family, they're like these like high up, like rich, like murderers, and there's something off about them, and nobody believes them. Same with like, you know, Roddy Piper. For a while, like nobody believes him, and They Live. So that's kind of like the feeling of this movie. Like, you know, like the concepts weren't similar, but I thought like the themes of those movies were similar to this movie, and I thought about that. And then that movie Society does have like quite a bit of body horror too. That's a great movie if no one's seen that and you like 80s horror movies. I don't know if that was 80s or early 90s. I think it was like late 80s. But it's the kid who's in it is Dick Warlock's son. So like the Michael Myers in Halloween 2, it's his son. He's the main character. That movie rocks. Nobody talks about that movie, but that movie slaps. Basically, yeah, like I think, you know, like both of those movies share similar themes with this, and I like movies like that where like there's this big overarching conspiracy, and that's why I was so engaged in the story. Is like I wanted like that we had no, like as like viewers of the movie, we had no information of this stuff besides like, well, actually no, yeah, we had all the information. We knew it just came from the ground. So what am I talking about? But we didn't have information on like how it got approved and the process, and like what shady business dealings led to this product being approved and, you know, available for like mass consumption. So there was this like conspiracy element, and then this whole element of like, you can't trust anyone. If they're eating the stuff, they could be brainwashed. once they're brainwashed from the stuff, they're gonna try to like get you to eat the stuff and like almost pretty much like try to kill you. Like there was just this whole conspiracy thing. You can't trust others, and you can't convince anyone. Like one thing, you don't know who to trust, and even if they're not eating the stuff, which is unlikely, like you can't convince people. Like no one's gonna believe you. That's the craziest thing. And then that point, like that's even that point of like people won't believe you is like I feel like it's even stronger with that kid Jason, because you know that's they do this in a lot of horror movies because it works so well. Like they'll have like the protagonist or one of the protagonists be a kid, because it's like people already don't believe kids, you know? People, you know, just like dismiss what kids say. They're like, "Oh, he's just a kid. He's you know, he's like 12 years old or 10 years old or whatever. Like he doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh, he's just playing pretend or whatever." So like everyone dismisses this kid, and that kind of reminded me of like the whole movie had like a Goosebumps episode vibe in my opinion. It just like felt like a Goosebumps episode, which I thought was cool because I'm a big fan of Goosebumps. Maybe other people don't think that, but I thought it kind of had a Goosebumps vibe. But it kind of reminded me of like the Girl Who Cried Monster episode, where you know that girl, like she like thinks her librarian's a monster. Well, like she sees he's a monster and like no one believes her. Like that was like the vibe here. And then also kind of like Child's Play, where you know Andy just he you know he sees Chucky, but everyone's like, "Dude, you're a little kid. Like your doll's not real. Like quit tripping." So yeah, I like that whole concept of like you know the truth, but no one will believe you, because that's scary and it's like frustrating. It's like, oh, it's like, what do? Like everyone just thinks you're like insane. They just like dismiss you. So that's it's not cool, and it kind of adds to the suspense. Moving on to another point here. So I thought this movie was gonna have like way more body horror, but it did not have that much. But the body horror that we got was really good. There's this one standout scene towards the end where this one gentleman has like the stuff come out of his mouth, and his whole face contorts and his mouth gets super like long and wide, and his like jaw contorts, and you see it like bubbling up through his neck. That was like the practical effects there were just absolutely beautiful. That was awesome. So even though there wasn't as much body horror as I expected, what we got was really good. And I didn't mind that there wasn't all this like overt like, you know, like body horror and practical effects and gore, because like the movie was like more like, it was more like subtle with the scares. Like the whole movie just had like a scary tone where it's like these people are turning into zombies and they don't know, and it's like everyone's gonna try to make you eat the stuff in your family, and you can't get away from it, and no one's gonna believe you. Your whole like I already said this, your whole family's brainwashed. I'm like a broken record here, but even there was like situations where like, you know, like the main kid Jason, he's like trapped in this like semi truck, and the back is like filling up with stuff, and like no one is like helping him. There's this instance where his family like tries to make him eat the stuff, and they're like, "Stay in your room and you can't come out until you eat the stuff." So it's just like, it's more like subtly scary and suspenseful, where you're just like, I want these characters to survive. There's so many obstacles. There's so many little like scary situations, and I you know, I want them to take down this corporation, because it's like the idea, if they don't like fulfill their plan, like if they don't take down like the stuff company, like the whole world's over. It's gonna be taken over by this alien ice cream. So we can't have that. So yeah, like there's not as much like body horror, but like the scares that are there are very effective, and it's more subtle stuff, but it's really good. So yeah, not mad about not too much body horror. It's all good. And then this is just a random point I thought I would point out, but I just thought it was kind of funny how, like, you know, these fools got so addicted to the stuff, like they're eating it every meal. It's so funny, like their family dinner is the stuff. They just like scoop it into these giant bowls and they just like serve it on plates. Like I just thought that was a funny concept, like ice cream for dinner, but I mean, I guess it's low calorie and it gives you energy, so it's a balanced meal, I guess. But I don't know that. And then I was thinking too, like, well, you know, it is like a low calorie ice cream. I feel like if they came out with like a low calorie ice cream, people would just eat it like crazy. I mean, there's like Halo Top, but if they like okay, let's say this, like, the stuff is 0 calories, but it tastes like phenomenal, and it tastes like real ice cream, people would go crazy. People would eat that breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, I mean, even with like the Halo Top ice cream, like my buddy at work, he's like, yeah, you know, I wake up in the morning. Sometimes I eat a pint of Halo Top ice cream for breakfast, and I had never before heard of anyone doing that in my entire life. I'm like, yo, even though it is like low calorie ice cream, it's probably only 500 calories for the pint, and you get some protein going on. I just personally thought that was like the most gangster thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, you wake up in the morning and you start your day at like 7 a.m. in the morning by eating a pint of ice cream. Like, that's baller. Like all these fools are talking about like Wheaties is the breakfast of champions, and you got like Usain Bolt or whoever on there. Like, yo, put the athletes on the Halo Top ice cream, market that like breakfast of champions, low calorie ice cream. It could be breakfast, lunch, dinner. Like, dude, they gotta market the low calorie ice creams like they market the stuff in this movie. People will go crazy. They'll be like my coworker. They'll eat it for breakfast. I mean, part of like just throw on the commercial. Part of a balanced breakfast. I mean, they say that about like Reese's Puffs or like Trick cereal, and that's probably more sugar than Halo Top. Like, Halo Top still has a lot of sugar, but all those like kids cereals, those have more sugar. Like, you might be better off eating a pint of low calorie ice cream for breakfast. So I don't know. Maybe my buddy is onto something, but I don't know. That was just a random thought that I had, so I had to go off on a little tangent. But that was the last thing. You gotta mention you know, ice cream for dinner and lunch and breakfast. I mean, it's just I've never before really heard of that until this movie and the other day hearing my coworker say that. So yeah, there you go. But anyways, man, this review is giving me hunger. I gotta pick up some ice cream. I haven't had ice cream in ages, but I like those like Halo Top ones, man. The little low calorie one. You could eat the whole pint. You don't even feel that bad about yourself. You're like, oh, that was only 500 calories. That was only 400 calories. Like, whatevs, you know. Once in a blue moon, those are cool. You know, you can't be doing it every day, but once in a blue moon, you know, you gotta smash on one of those. But anyways, yeah, that was the last point that I had. So I'm gonna get into my recommendation. I thought this movie was fantastic. You all probably know this if you watch my other videos. I love 80s horror movies. This had the 80s feel. All the horror stuff I really liked. I thought the story was fantastic. It was unique. It was fresh. It was a solid movie. So if you have not seen this movie and you're looking for something to watch, I would say 10 out of 10 would recommend. Like, that's not like a real rating. I don't do ratings on here. I just say like if you should watch it or not, but watch it. Go out and watch it. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, that was I gave him my recommendation, so that's it for my review here. I'm gonna head out. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.